Welcome to the My Citizen Agency channel. Today we will address one of the most frequently asked questions we hear from our clients. If I have a European Union passport, which country is the easiest to find a job in? The answer would seem obvious: any country. After all, EU citizenship gives you the right to live and work freely in 27 countries without visas, permits, or additional bureaucratic procedures. But in practice, things are a little different. The level of competition, language requirements, average salaries, and even the mentality of employers vary greatly. Therefore, today we will not just list countries. We will analyze real scenarios where it is easier to find a job quickly, where it is easier to start without perfect language skills, and where there is a higher chance of earning a stable income. Let's imagine a situation. You already have an EU passport. You open job sites and see offers from different countries: Germany, Slovenia, Romania, the Netherlands, Ireland, Spain. Where to go? Let's start with Germany. Germany is Europe's largest economy and one of the most stable labor markets in the EU. Over decades, it has developed a strong industrial base, a well-developed export sector, and a powerful small and medium-sized business sector. That is why there is a continuing demand for specialists in virtually all key industries. Today, the country is experiencing a shortage of personnel, from blue-collar workers and technical specialists to engineers, medical staff, and IT experts. Employees in manufacturing, logistics, construction, elderly care, and clinics are in particularly high demand. Many employers are interested in long-term cooperation, which increases the chances of a stable contract. If you are considering manufacturing companies, warehouses, construction projects, or technical companies, it is quite realistic to find a job here. Germany is actively investing in infrastructure, green energy, and digitalization, which means that the demand for qualified specialists remains high and will continue to grow. Knowledge of German significantly increases your opportunities, especially when it comes to the medical field, working with clients or government agencies. However, in international corporations, technology companies and startups, English is often sufficient, especially in the early stages. The German labor relations system is worth mentioning separately. Official contracts, fixed salaries, paid vacation, health insurance, and social guarantees all make the labor market as transparent as possible. Employers are required to comply with clear regulations, and employees are protected by law. Germany is suitable for those who are focused on the long term, not just finding their first job, but building a career, improving their qualifications, and establishing themselves in the country. Yes, it may take time to adapt to the language, bureaucracy, and cultural differences, but in the end, you get a predictable system and a stable professional environment. This is not the easiest option for a quick start, but it is one of the most reliable if you plan to build a future in Europe systematically and for years to come. Slovenia is increasingly seen as a comfortable entry point into the EU labor market. It is a small but economically stable country with a straightforward employment system and moderate competition compared to Europe's largest economies. Why do many choose Slovenia? The hiring process here is generally calmer and less competitive. Employers are interested in specialists in industry, construction, logistics, the tourism sector, and technical professions. The country is actively developing its infrastructure, service sector, and export production. Vacancies are most often found in manufacturing companies, warehouses, the transport industry, the hotel business, and the service sector. The demand for IT specialists and engineers is also gradually growing. The market is not as large as in Germany, but this is what makes it more predictable and relaxed. The cost of living is lower than in many Western European countries, while the level of safety and quality of the urban environment remains high. For many, the transition is easier thanks to the compact size of the country and the similarity of the mentality to the Central European model. Slovenia is suitable for those who want to start working in the EU without too much stress, gain their first European experience, establish themselves in a stable economy, and then decide on their further career development, either within the country or in other European Union states. Romania is becoming increasingly visible on the European labor market map. It is a country with a rapidly developing economy, active growth in the technology sector, and relatively moderate competition compared to the largest EU countries. Romania is often seen as an accessible entry point for those who want to start working in the European Union without excessive pressure from the market. The employment process in a number of areas is fairly quick, and the requirements for candidates in many industries remain flexible. The most in-demand specialists are in manufacturing, logistics, construction, the automotive industry, and the service sector. The rapid growth of the IT sector is worth noting. Technology companies and outsourcing centers are actively developing in cities such as Bucharest, Cluj-Napoca, and Timisoara. English is sufficient for many positions in IT and international companies. The cost of living in Romania remains one of the most affordable in the EU, which reduces the financial burden during the adaptation phase. At the same time, large cities offer modern infrastructure, a developed business sector, and opportunities for career growth. Romania is suitable for those looking for a balanced start with moderate costs, prospects in developing industries, and the opportunity to gradually gain professional experience within the European Union. The Netherlands is one of the most open and flexible economies in Europe. It is a country with a high density of international business, developed logistics, and a strong technology sector. As a result, the labor market here is actively oriented towards foreign specialists. The Netherlands is often chosen by those who want to work in an English-speaking environment. Most residents are fluent in English, and it is the working language in many companies. This significantly lowers the barrier to entry into the market, especially in the early stages. Demand remains high in logistics, warehousing, transportation, agriculture, and the food industry. At the same time, the IT sector, fintech, the startup industry, and creative fields are actively developing. A large number of international companies are concentrated in major cities such as Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague, and Eindhoven. The employment process is generally structured and transparent. Employers value initiative, practical skills, and the ability to quickly get involved in work. Contracts are formalized with clear terms and social protection. At the same time, it is important to consider the high cost of housing and general living expenses. Financial preparation before moving plays a key role. The Netherlands is suitable for those who are focused on a dynamic environment, international teams, and rapid professional growth. This is an option for those who are ready for an active pace, high competition, and at the same time, broad career opportunities within the European Union. In recent years, Ireland has become one of the key European centers for international companies. It is home to the offices of major technology, financial, and pharmaceutical corporations, which makes the labor market oriented towards specialists with modern skills and knowledge of English. The main advantage of Ireland is its completely English-speaking environment. If you are fluent in English, you are immediately in a competitive position. This is especially important for specialists in IT, marketing, finance, customer support, analytics, and project management. The job market here is dynamic and results-oriented. Employers value professional experience, flexibility, and the ability to quickly adapt to corporate culture. Hiring processes are structured but fairly efficient, especially in the technology and international service sectors. The high concentration of global businesses in Dublin and other major cities deserves special attention. This creates opportunities for career growth within international structures without the need to change countries. At the same time, it is important to consider one factor: the cost of living. Rent and daily expenses in Ireland are higher than the EU average, so financial planning before moving is crucial. Ireland is suitable for those who are focused on a career in an international environment, speak English, and are ready to work at a fast pace. It is a country for ambitious professional growth and entry into the European market through global companies. Spain attracts not only with its climate and quality of life, but also with its stable demand for specialists in the service, tourism, and construction sectors. It is one of the most visited countries in Europe, so the labor market is largely linked to tourism, infrastructure, and services. The most accessible areas are the hotel business, restaurants, resort complexes, real estate, construction, and agriculture. Seasonal vacancies regularly appear in coastal regions and large cities, and with a good level of language skills, you can also count on long-term positions. IT companies, architectural firms, engineering projects, and international service centers are also of interest to qualified specialists, especially in Barcelona and Madrid. However, knowledge of Spanish is practically essential for full integration and career growth. The job search process in Spain may be slower than in Northern European countries, but the market is quite flexible, especially in the service sector. Employers value practical experience and teamwork skills. Salaries here are lower than in Germany or the Netherlands, but the cost of living in many regions remains more affordable. Additional factors for many are the mild climate, developed urban infrastructure, and high standard of social life. Spain is suitable for those who are considering not only their career, but also their lifestyle. It is an option for those who want to combine working in the European Union with a comfortable environment, a developed tourism sector, and prospects for gradual professional growth. Let's sum up. Where is it easiest to find a job with an EU passport? There is no universal answer. It all depends on your goals, profession, and level of training. Germany is suitable for those who are focused on stability, scale, and a long-term career. Slovenia is for a calm and balanced start without high competition. Romania is an option with affordable costs and a growing market, especially in technology. The Netherlands and Ireland are for those who want to work in an international English-speaking environment and are focused on rapid professional growth. Spain, the choice for those who value a combination of work and quality of life. The main thing is that an EU passport gives you freedom of choice, but the result depends on your strategy, language, experience, and willingness to adapt. If you are just planning to immigrate to the European Union, leave a request for a free consultation at the link in the description. We will study your situation, draw up your personal immigration plan, and prepare a complete set of documents for successfully obtaining citizenship in one of the European Union countries. Thank you for watching this video. If you are interested in this topic, subscribe to the channel and feel free to ask questions in the comments. We regularly publish program reviews, answer frequently asked questions, and share important news about immigration law and life in the EU. Your journey to Europe begins with the first step. My Citizen Agency is with you every step of the way.